How's it going, everybody? Rosine here for Astrophotography. In today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. You might be gathering by the title of the video. So there's probably going to be very minimal editing. There's no script. I'm kind of just talking to you now like a friend. Just going to sit down, stand up and have a conversation. So this is a story that I really have thought about not sharing, but one thing I really like to do with my channel, and I aim to do, is being as transparent, open, and honest as I possibly can. So, in light of that, seriously, a lot of this video can probably be boiled down to privileged guy talks about hobby, or privileged guy complains about hobby. And if that's going to bother you, no hard feelings. There's some videos up in the corner there. Hopefully I'm pointing in the right direction. There's other videos out there. Feel free, please go watch something else. However, if I've piqued your curiosity and you want to hear the story, let's begin. We're going to begin with money. So money, what a wonderful subject to start with, right? However, it's a pretty serious thing. I'm thinking probably around £2,800. Now, in some of the things in this hobby, that's not a lot of money. However, £2,800 was completely uncontrolled debt that I got myself into. Actually, the figure is probably more like £3,500, but you know, I'll get into that. So, when I started this channel, I bought myself a refracting telescope, the Skywatcher 8ED, and that was £400 or something thereabouts, and I got it on finance. Now, I'd budgeted for that, I'd controlled that, that's no big deal. I had it over 2 years, I was like, right, I can pay that. It's within probably about the first year of having this channel, I got into basically gear acquisition syndrome. I wanted the next best thing. I wanted a better camera and a better telescope and a better this and a better that. I thought it would make me a better astrophotographer, despite what I should have already known. I thought it would make me better astrophotographer. I'd have better images. I'd be able to make better videos, more interesting content, things like that. However, I didn't have the money to support such hedonistic ideals. Within the first year, I believe it was the first year, I got myself a dedicated astronomy camera. Now, DSLRs were great. I was really thoroughly enjoying DSLRs. Loved that. Mwah, loved it like that. And I'm pretty sure you guys, my audience, enjoy seeing DSLR videos. However, I wanted, like I said, that next best thing. So I went off and got myself a dedicated one-shot color cooled astronomy camera. And it was however much money it was. And I didn't have that money. Out came a credit card. I put that onto a credit card at like, well, probably 30% APR or something like that. I put that onto a credit card. Within too long of using that, within not too long of using that camera, I again wanted the next best thing, didn't I? So I eventually sold that OSC, which I was still paying off. I hadn't cleared my credit card debt at this point. I sold that OSC, got some money back for it, whatever, put that money towards that, and the rest was on finance. I bought the mono version of that same camera. Now, a thing about mono cameras, you might have seen from my other content, you need filter wheels, you need filters, you need this, that, and the other, ideally an autofocuser, etc. like that. I got some SHO filters and a filter wheel from the secondhand market, and you know, more financing and more credit card debt, and I got filters. And within too long as well, I kind of went off of that mono camera. So I got a little bit of money back from selling those things. And then I upgraded my mount. I mean, bear in mind, at this point I needed to buy a camera. So I got myself another DSLR, another 600D. And then I needed a mount. So that's when I eventually got, again, with money I didn't exactly have, got an EQ6R Pro. Now, I love that mount, it's a fantastic mount, but I didn't have the money for that mount. Now, at this point, I'm probably $2,800 in debt. And bear in mind, I had some other financial issues beforehand as well. So I was just compounding debt here, purely because I wanted more gear. And it's not, obviously, going from a DSLR to a cooled camera, dedicated camera, there's going to be a leap in performance if you know how to use it. Everything's a bit more better these days, but yeah, I mean, I'm under no illusion, I was stupid. I was really dumb, and there's no way of sugarcoating that. If you're taking to the comments right now and saying that was really stupid, you have every right to do so. But the reason I'm coming before you today to share about my financial perils is not to be berated and not for any sympathy. It's to, if I can make one of you put a bit of pause to your actions, especially if you're going through my affiliate links, if I can make you just pause for a moment and think, actually, can I truly afford this product? And you don't get yourself into uncontrolled debt. I mean, the key word here, there's no such really good thing as good debt, especially when it comes to luxury items like telescopes. But if I can make you pause for one moment and say, is this budgeted, or am I going beyond my means to buy this thing? And you make a more informed choice, then the purpose of this video has been met. Again, I'm not here to cry about it or anything like that. I'm here to share a cautionary tale. These days, I'm a lot better. I'm very fortunate where I am nowadays. I make a bit of money from the YouTube channel, this, that, and the other, and things are different these days. So that's really the first point. Just, I was stupid, learn from me, be better than me. The next thing I would like to talk about is how you slowly lose your enthusiasm for a hobby. Now, I'm extremely enthusiastic about astrophotography, and I was when I began, and I still am now, but there was a bit of a lull not too long ago actually, when I didn't really want to do astrophotography. It's not that I wanted to pack the hobby up, it was more so that I was looking for reasons not to go out. I believe that I had some of the wrong equipment. So again, this is like privileged guy moans about hobby. You can then go off and say, bad workman blames his tools. Very true. I'm a technician, I'm a mechanic. I understand that expression. But if you don't want to use a monochrome camera, you're not going to use the monochrome camera. And if that is the only camera you've got, you're not taking photos. Now let me be clear. I reviewed the ASI 183mm Pro and I really enjoyed it. Now I stand behind that review of my findings of the camera, the quality of it, etc. like that. Yes, I stand behind that. But after a little bit longer, I decided that, you know what, monochrome isn't where I want to be. I wasn't enjoying it in the longer term. And especially to the point where I was finding reasons, as little as it could be, to not go out. Now, I want to be clear before you take to the comments and be like, but monochrome cameras are superior. Yeah, there's good signal noise ratio, the pictures are cleaner, they give nice star colors. I want to be clear, I'm not hating on monochrome cameras. It's just me knowing I don't want to use monochrome cameras at this present time, especially if I only have one rig. There's that figure of speech, the best telescope is the one that you will use. If you have a great 10-inch Newtonian telescope, but you're never going to use it, who cares if it's a big 10-inch Newtonian telescope if it's in the garage gathering dust? If you have a little 60mm refractor, but you use it every second that you can, brilliant, that's the best telescope. Same story for everything in the light path if you think about it. If you have a little cheap Canon 450D and you love using it, you're getting great results from it, and that's the best you can and the best you can afford, that's the best setup for you. Don't worry about running off and getting the next thing. You'll progress then naturally. Don't then think, oh, I have to get a full frame monochrome camera. That may not necessarily be the truth. For me, the monochrome camera wasn't it. And I feel that is what really started sinking my enthusiasm for the hobby. Hi, Russ from the future here, just beginning to sit down and do something else. And I just wanted to add this in as well, that I actually grew up with brothers. I'm the youngest one, so there was a large competitive feeling there when I was growing up. And that kind of crept itself into my hobby. Now, it's not like I was sitting there thinking that my videos or my pictures are better than anyone else. Absolutely not. I'm not like that kind of person. I don't berate anyone else's content. It was more so excessively competitive with myself, and that I would look at the figures, like the subscriptions, the likes, the views, how many comments a photo got, And I would then like just be too fixated on that. Like, how can I get this number up? There's everything to be said about improving, right? We all want to improve, but when you improve by looking at numbers instead of looking at the content and your own abilities, that's where it begins to get a bit bad. And yeah, I kind of fell into that trap for a long time, especially during the first year of AstroFarsography. It was like that. I'm ashamed to admit it, but that's the whole thing about this video. So I just want to tell you from my own experience, if you are feeling like that, look, let those feelings go immediately. I'm not going to say it's meaningless, but it's not a priority to wonder how to get more likes and things like that. The second you start, what I feel is the second you start creating content purely for engagement or likes, or try to get, well, that picture got 100 likes, this picture's got to get 200 likes now. You move away from the core value of a hobby to do something for yourself that's fun in your spare time. And you then start chasing the numbers. You start doing things for the wrong reasons. The motivations change. So if you are feeling at all competitive in this hobby, whether you have your own YouTube channel, whether you have an Instagram, Twitter, whatever, you share your photos, just let those feelings go. I know that's easier said than done, but it's really important that you do. If you make something that you are genuinely happy with and that you genuinely wanted to do, it will be a better product. And it took me a while to figure that out. And so again, like for the longest time, I was quite competitive until I realized that it was a useless use. So yeah, I just wanted to add that one in while sitting down to do some of the videos now. So back to Russ from yesterday. So yeah, I suppose I kind of felt like I was losing sight of what I began astrophotography for, and that was to document my journey through this hobby. How I started and what I'm doing these days and what I'm doing to improve and how I'm using equipment and what equipment and processing and things like that. That's what I wanted to share when I began this channel. Now, things evolve, things change. It went from sharing little vlog videos to now tutorials and reviews and other bits and bobs like that. I like doing the reviews. Astrophotography equipment is expensive, and I'm in a very lucky position where Fireflies Optics will send me gear for review. And that again is because of you people, you guys watching, you guys and girls watching. So nice little positive feedback loop. I will make the reviews because it benefits the community, and it's the community that has put me in a position where I can make reviews. I want to take a minute now just to say that I'm not here to shill products. I'm not here to sell to you. I'm not here to just pump out any kind of video I want because I need the YouTube algorithm or I'm after the ad revenue. I'm very fortunate, touch wood, that I have a decent paying job and I don't rely on the money from YouTube. It is literally just a benefit, it's a bonus, and I'm extremely grateful for that. But it's not to the point where it's YouTube my full-time job and I have to make videos and push products and try to get you to check the links in the video description, Patreon, things like that. These are all just, if you want to do it, thank you. YouTube is a hobby. However, I just want to address the fact that I'm aware of how fortunate I am because of people like you. Thankfully, these days, I'm in a much better place. I don't make such idiotic decisions as getting myself into uncontrolled debt to buy equipment. So yeah, really, that's all I got. And I feel a lot better for sharing it with you guys. In the beginning, I was an idiot. There's no other getting around that. I was stupid. And if I can stop you from making less than optimal decisions, great. If then also my story has helped you decide, actually make sure you're getting the right equipment in the first place, another reason why I like to do reviews, great. You know, this channel is about astrophotography as a hobby, the love of it, teaching, sharing, entertainment, reviews, tutorials. And that's what I intended to always be. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have some clear skies. Keep looking up, keep them cameras clicking. I'll see you later.